5 officers are honored for their bravery after they lifted a burning car off a suspect.
That suspect had just rolled his car after a chase that topped 100 miles an hour.
Julia Fellow talked to a Berlin officer who spotted the suspect in a van and began that chase.
How fast was the suspect going?
He was past me going about 100 miles an hour.
Officer Joshua Legend realized that speeding suspect back in December was a wanted man.
He was alleged to have been involved in a shooting in the city of West Dallas.
That man was later identified by the officer as 20-year-old Khalil Waleed. The suspect violently flipped his van about 2 miles into this chase. Our cameras covered the aftermath.
Nearly 4 months later, the path of destruction is still here. As you can see from behind me, the suspect rolled his car several times down this ravine, taking out several pine trees.
It was very, very shocking. I didn't know what I was going to be walking up to.
2 officers who caught up with them used their fire extinguishers after the van burst into flames. The suspect was still trapped.
The car ended up on its roof and his body went out the driver's window, so his legs stayed in the car.
He and the other officers lifted the car off of him.
At that point, it was so adrenaline-laced that you didn't really feel lifting it. It was just something we did.
The suspect suffered just minor cuts and bruises. Legend and the other officers received the Meritus Award from the Wisconsin Professional Police Association last weekend.
Obviously been hard to this day and age with everything we hear about in the news. Everything seems to be negative and bad, and we do everything wrong, and it's nice to see somebody recognize that there is good out there.
In New Berlin, Julia Fellow, today's TMJ4.
Yes, indeed, that is a good reminder. By the way, the 20-year-old suspect pled guilty to fleeing an officer.